All right, we've got our buffs and nerf list. Way more buffs than nerfs, but the nerf is Norf. But the nerf is let's fix the camera a little bit here. The nerf is a big one, man. Let's talk about that first, actually. Urogrim is getting a nerf. He now attacks one enemy 2 times and has a 25% chance of placing the poison. I believe he used to have a 3-hitter. I believe that was a 3-hitter. I can't remember. I don't have that pulled up. The Bizarre Vapors, they're increasing the cooldown to 6 turns, and now he only places 2 poisons and 1 continuous heal. So they've nerfed him substantially. It's going to be interesting to see now where he lies. Like what happens with him now. I knew this was going to happen. I thought perhaps they would let it go on a little bit longer. But I said when they first released him, I can't imagine that they let him stay the way he is because he was insane. I don't necessarily think it was problematic that he was insane because it's PvE. And I think generally, even if a champ breaks PvE, it doesn't really matter because it's not affecting anyone else. You know what I mean? I guess in some ways, maybe you could argue it is, but I don't know. I think it's much more crucial when something breaks PvP. That's all I'm saying there. So anyway, that's the Eurogrim nerf. Now let's talk about the buffs we're getting here. Tila is getting a base speed increase from 93 to 98. Okay, that's okay. She attacks when enemy steals a random buff from the target. Also has a 50% chance of stealing another random buff if the target is under 2 or more buffs. Pyre Strike, they're decreasing the cooldown. And now she is also placing continuous. Okay, so she seems like she could be a little bit interesting. A little bit more support out of her. A little bit more buff manipulation there with the enemies. It'll be interesting to see. I don't know that it... I wish I had them all pulled up side by side so I could see what they do currently and what they're going to do. But as you can see, I've got my dragon run going, and I'm doing double raids, so I don't want to do 32 energy. I could pull it. I know I could record later, but I'm trying to get it done now. I'm busy. I have to go work out. I have things to do today. It's not a big deal. We know. Generally, we should be able to look at this and see if they're going to be good regardless. I think Tila giving her a little bit more support, decreasing her cooldowns. It's interesting. I don't know that it necessarily changes much, but perhaps makes her more usable. I think maybe that's where we are here. I don't think she's really. I don't think her status is getting drastically different here, but I think she becomes a little bit more usable, so we'll see. Robar getting a buff speed, base speed increase. That's nice. Now he attacks all enemies. Damage increases if the target is under fear, true fear, freeze, provoke, sleep, or stun. Okay, so he does more damage if they're crowd controlled. Interesting. Okay. King Garog. He's just getting a multiplier increase on Gore Maker. You know, I don't know if that's enough. I don't know why you bother putting him on the list. There's a problem with his kit, apparently. But, whatever. Pixneal. She now has a 30% chance of placing a perfect veil for 1 turn on the ally with the lowest HP. I think it used to just be veil, and I think it used to just be a random ally. Now, why do I keep sounding like a fucking Minnesota mom? Why is that happening? Why is stuff coming out of my face like that today? Jesus. Ally. I think it was just a random ally, and it was just a veil buff before. Now she has a 50% chance of stealing the freeze debuff. I think that used to be what, like 35 or 25? I think 35 maybe. And then this 35% chance of filling the turn meter used to be a 25% chance. And then this removes any freeze debuffs from this champion. It used to be what, like a percentage, like a 20 or 25% chance, something like that. And now it just does it. Again, I don't know that this necessarily changes much. I think it makes her more usable. I think perhaps now maybe can counter Torment a bit harder, like some very specific usage. But I don't know that it changes much drastically. I don't know that it eases the pain of having given her 18 books or however many books it is she needed. I don't know that it's enough to ease that pain. But I reckon we'll see. Sometimes it's hard to tell on paper what this stuff, how it will translate into the game. So we'll see. Tomb Lord. Attacks one enemy, 70% chance of placing 2 poison debuffs on all enemies for 2 turns. Oh, he used to just be 1 turn, didn't he? Yeah, I think it used to just be 1 turn. I feel like this makes... I feel like this is problematic, because he used to be good. There was some boss he was good for in Doom Tower, because he only put him up for 1 turn, which means they would go up, do their damage, and be gone. And because there's one of the... I can't remember which Doom Tower boss it is anymore. Maybe Griffin, that you don't want to leave debuffs on. So this was a good way to damage that boss without leaving debuffs on him. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. I feel like that's problematic. I feel like in the grand scheme it's better, but I feel like for that specific thing he was being used for, it's potentially problematic. So let me know. Let me know if I'm off base there. Maybe I'm remembering it incorrectly. He also got Blight decreased to 5 turns, and his aura is now accuracy in Doom Tower. Okay, interesting. All right, War Chief, please let this be good. I've wanted War Chief to be good since I started playing this game. I've always been such a fan of War Chief. I'm really hoping that this is good. Marauder is decreased to 3 turns. That's it. I should have looked first. That's all they did. I didn't see Basilius here. I just saw the rest of the wording, and I thought, okay, good. There's a lot of changes. Hopefully, it'll be good. All they do was decrease his cooldown. Make his kit make sense, bro. It doesn't make sense. Make his kit make sense. He's a defense champ, scales off defense, but you want to build him with low defense and high HP because of his reflect damage stuff. None of it makes any sense, bro. Just make him the way he is in the campaign. Go into the campaign, the stage that he's a boss. I think it's 6. I can't remember. Go to the stage where he's a boss. Go fight him. Get to the boss fight and pause it and read his skills. He's different there than he is in the game, actually. He's so much better as a boss in the campaign. Go read his skills in the campaign. If they would just do that. Or something similar. He doesn't make sense right now, dude. Pisses me off. All right, Basilius. He got a damage multiplier increase. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Will ignore defense buffs, shield buffs, and block damage, as well as 50% of the target's defense. Okay, so he ignores defense buffs now. Okay, fine. Damage multiplier increase on Majesty. Attacks all enemies. 75% chance of placing a stun. Decreases the target's turn meter. So what? I guess that becomes 100% with books? I don't know. Have to see. That's fine. Great. Crypt King. Are they going to mess him up for that spider comp? 60% chance. Blah, blah. Has a 100% chance instead if the target is under HP burn or freeze. Death fires, damage multiplier increased. AoE, 75% chance of placing HP burn. Okay. Interesting. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I don't think that messes anything up, and I think that's good. War Mother. Base attack, defense, and bomb damage multiplier increased. Good. That needed to happen. She needed more, though. Places a bomb that detonates. Good. Thank you. That's a big one that needed to happen, too. Her bombs went up for too long. Like, yeah, that's much better. That's good. And she no longer needs to crit. Thank you. God, thank you, dude. That's what I've been saying. She would be so much better if she didn't have to crit to detonate. Because you're definitely going to attack buffer, right? When you run a bomb comp, you usually run an attack buffer. This is fun now. Now she's fun. Now there's some stuff to be done with her in Arena. Now that you can build her pure attack and let her bombs really get nasty and not have to worry about the crit rate, that's going to be fun. I'm excited to play around with her now. Finally, you can run a good bomb comp now. That'll be fun. All right, Grow Hack. Unbound Anger decreased to 3 turns. Each critical hit fills this. All right, so just more turn meter manipulation and a decrease in cooldowns. That could be pretty beefy, actually. That could be pretty nice. And then 25% weaken if he crits. Yeah, whatever. Okay. And then the Urogrim Nerf, which we've already talked about. It's not bad. A lot of the champs on the list are champs we've been talking about for a long time. I feel like perhaps they could have done a bit more for Pixneal. They definitely could have done more for Warlord. I don't think that this is going to be enough. I have to go look and see what Marauder is, but I don't think it's. I think his kit just needs adjusting. I think he needs to be redone because right now it just doesn't make a ton of sense. But there's some interesting stuff in here. Warmother, I perhaps is the thing I'm most excited about. I've been wanting Warmother to be good also for a really long time. It's always bothered me how irrelevant bombs are in this game because bomb comps can be really fun and they can be really effective, but it's like every bomber in this game needs crit rate, which is not the point of a bomber. I've ranted about that plenty in the past though. But that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Who's your MVP of the list? How do you feel about the Eurogrim nerf? How do you feel about these buffs? Is there anything you think they could have done more to any of the champs? Any of them you're not happy about? Is anybody going to be coming out of the vault now? Stuff like that. I'm interested to know what your reaction is to this. I'm definitely going to be doing some stuff with Warmother now. I think that's probably the thing I'm most excited about. The rest of it, I'm kind of maybe Grawl. Maybe Grawl gets more interesting now, but and Growhack, I'm curious to see how effective that's going to be. So there's a little bit on there I'm curious about, but Warmother for me is the standout. I'm excited to get a good bomb comp going. So that's it, man. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you later.